Today we will be learning about the computer program known as Pixton. And on this program, it's pretty basic. You create a cartoon of whatever you decide to do for your subject. For sake of argument, I've already previously created a cartoon about the contributions to the Cold War. Here, as you can see, it has taken some significant amount of time in doing this. So you will definitely need patience because it's not a one-night homework assignment. Each individual slide is possible to customize to your own liking, like such as you can click here to delete the background or delete everything if you wanted to and start the entire page over from scratch. Or you can just click exit and then voila, everything will come back as to what it was before you started editing it. You can go so far into editing that you can even edit the way that they show their facial expressions, such as their neck, their twist of head, even their arms if you really wanted to. It is even possible to customize their hair choice, as you can see as I scroll across the screen with the different hair settings. Also, you may be able to adjust any of the features inside any slide to whatever size you want it to be, such as this cup here. You may add any features of any possible thought on the account that you have to look it up. So right here, you'd have to look it up, say for sake of argument, flags, because one of the slides done here was flags. And so you could bring up a flag, and carrying off from the last session, you can see here that you can edit physically everything in the screen. As I will show you right now, you can even edit stuff that you have not even done. If you had chosen a previous cartoon that was already prefabricated, you can still edit the stuff with inside of it, such as this brick wall right here. As you can see, it is complete all the way across. When you move it down, you will see that it is no longer complete all the way across. This being shown, you can edit just about everything, including the background if needed, and you can edit the captions because it's necessary if you are telling a story, which is what you will most likely be using this program for. So scrolling down, you can tell that it doesn't look like an ordinary cartoon because it's just the way it was set up. And so on some of the other cartoons, you can tell that they're of different style and quality to others. That's because they have a different story to tell. As you can tell, the slides are based on the Yalta Conference, the Eastern Bloc, the Long Telegram, the Marshall Plan, the Iron Curtain, and then scrolling down here are more of the original factors to the establishment of the Cold War, such as the Berlin airlift, the atomic bombing of Japan, the Truman Doctrine, and finally the creation of NATO. Here you can see that you can have unlimited possibilities of props to work with in here, such as this cloud created from this bomb exploding when hitting the ground. Or, as in the Berlin airlift cartoon, you can see that the sizes of the boxes are actually shrunk to what they were originally, as you can expand them to as big or as little as you please in order to help them fit in actual setting to make it more fitting. And then over here you can see you can even adjust the size of the flags if you want to. Like this flag here from Turkey, you can adjust to make it bigger or to cover the whole screen, or adjust it to make it extremely small, but you cannot make it too small to the point where its significance is diminished, because that would be ruining the whole reason for making the cartoon, as you will not get that full, complete story as to why you have it on there. And so you can, here, with this fellow here, you can adjust his hand. You can choose a hand, whether it be this one or that one, but you can stick with whichever one you want. And then you can choose the arm side, whatever. You can work with unlimited combinations to your own liking. You can make him look like he was in a fight, he was attacked, or a plain old businessman working in a office, such as President Truman right here. And then also you may work with complete slides, such as the one here, as represented by the man here who is representing Winston Churchill. He here is giving a speech, as you can read, and you can customize even his eyebrows if you really wanted to. So shown here, you can make it of any kind you want. You can even customize the eyeballs, shown here, and even go so far as to, as shown previously, twist his head. But you can even go so far as to choose what kind of mouth that he wants in order to actually show facial expressions to give your cartoon more life. And now, after everything being shown to you, you kind of have a very good understanding of how to actually use this program here. And so, to summarize it all, you can work with everything in this piece. You can work with the background, you can work with the props, such as the wall here. You can work with the people and their facial expressions, their hair, their suit, their clothes, their legs can be repositioned. You can work with the typewriter, the background, photo, and the most important of all, you can work with the bubbles on statements that they are making, such as over here, as in "we cannot accept." You can work with the flags so perfectly that you can even adjust the stuff on the flag itself individually, such as this hammer or even the sickle, and even the star if really needed. And so, to summarize all, it's a pretty basic way on how to create a cartoon. It shouldn't be that hard, and if it is hard, then just come to contact the teacher, and I will provide further explanations on how to use this program if needed, because it took some time for me to figure it out, but once I got it figured out, such as even adding a new slide if needed, you can do that. Just scrolling down here and clicking on this blue button here will give you a brand new slide, but it'll be a duplicate of a chosen slide, such as this one of creation of NATO, or you can make it a previous slide, such as a long telegram, or even Yalta conference if you wanted to. And so, grading on this will be based on your level of information, the depth of your information, and how detailed it goes into it, and also the amount of effort you put into the slide, such as the slide here under Berlin Airlift is pretty basic and simple, such as the buildings. They were once pretty huge, and I've shrunken them down to fit into a minor size to represent a city during the airlift. The same thing with the parachutes and the boxes and the planes. You can adjust their size, big or small. It all depends on how detailed you want to be, and it doesn't have to be just for the Cold War. You can use Pixton for any subject of any kind. It can be over civil rights, it can be over the history of the English language, it can be over Shakespeare, Tchaikovsky, anybody or any subject, such as even what killed the dinosaurs. And so, in conclusion, it's a good program to use and can be used for any possible subject to express a better way of teaching a subject. Thank you.